Hello again. This is the second video for section 4.2. In the first video of 4.2, I just talked about what the product rule is, find the derivative of a function that is made up of two factors, and did a basic example. So, just off to the side here. If f of x equals a function a times a function b, the derivative of function f is derivative of the first function multiplied by the second plus the first function multiplied by the derivative of the second function. All right, so it's always the same rule when you have a function that's made up of two factors, but the algebra can get a little bit tougher. So looking at this example here, I'm going to start by changing this thing. Instead of the square root of x, I'm going to go x to the 1/2 plus 3, just like we did in the section 4.1, times x squared minus 5x. All right, so to find the derivative, dy over dx, that will equal the derivative of the first factor. So the derivative of this x to the 1/2 power plus 3 is 1/2 x to the negative 1/2. The derivative of 3 is 0. So the derivative of a multiplied by b, so that's the x squared minus 5x, plus the first factor, x to the 1/2 plus 3, multiplied by the derivative of the second factor. So the derivative of x squared minus 5x is 2x minus 5. Okay, so that's the main part of the product rule. That's the start of it. The rest of it is just some simplifying. When we're dealing with these square roots, the powers that are fractions, leave them as fractions. It makes the algebra go a little bit easier. It's still a little tedious, but it makes it go easier. So now what we're looking at is some distributive property for this first term. All right, 1/2 x to the negative 1/2 multiplied by x squared. So that's going to be a 1/2. When you're multiplying numbers with the same base, you add their exponents. So negative 1/2 plus 2 is a positive 3/2. Minus 1/2 x to the negative 1/2 times a negative 5x. So that's going to be a minus 5/2. X to the negative 1/2 times x, add the exponents. Technically that's an x to the first. We get x to the positive 1/2. That's the distributive property for that first one. Then we go plus, change color here, we're going to do some FOIL for those two. X to the 1/2 times 2x is 2x to the 3/2. We got the outside terms, minus 5x to the 1/2. We got the inside terms, plus 6x. Then we got the last terms, minus 15. All right, so now let me bring this up a little bit. What we are looking at here is, from this point, it's just combining like terms. So same variable, same power of the variables, and that's the key thing here. So like terms, this x to the 3/2 and this x to the 3/2. We got 1/2 of them, we're adding 2. So that's 2.5, which is really 5/2, x to the 3/2 power. And then we have other like terms. Let's see, x to the 1/2. We got there and there. So negative 5/2 x to the 1/2 minus 5x to the 1/2. That's a negative 2.5 minus 5. We're looking at negative 7.5, which is really a negative 15/2 x to the 1/2. And then we got a plus 6x and we got a minus 15. All right, so now no more like terms, but we can clean things up a little bit. This x to the 3/2, that is really the square root of x cubed. So we're looking at 5 square root of x cubed. All of this is over the 2, minus x to the 1/2 is the square root of x, so 15 square root x. All that's over 2, plus 6x minus 15. That is our derivative of this given function. All right, So it's the product rule that started out up here. That was the main first step. All the rest of it is just, it's distributive property, it's foiling, it's combining like terms, it's cleaning up the exponents. All right, and got this one last one. I tell you what, let's save this one for class. You can give it a try, and if you get it right, let me know. You think you got it right, let me look at it when we get to class, and we'll go from there and see how you did. Bye.